It's the year 0093 of a universal century. Over the past 100 years, humanity has been expanded into space. However, their souls are still pulled down by the weight of conflict and violence. The Earth Federation maintains its political control over the Earth sphere and the colonies in space, while Xeon remnants continue their struggle to gain their independence. Decades of fighting and war have shaped military doctrine, technology, and humanity's very identity in space. At the center of this violent history are two souls, Amuro and Char Aznable. Their rivalry, born during the 1-year war back in UC 0079, has influenced the military developments, political movements, and the evolution of mobile suit warfare itself. In this final chapter of their conflict, Anaheim Electronics, funded by the Earth Federation and some secret help from Char, would produce a mobile suit designed for one purpose: to give Amuro a machine worthy of his skill, and that to rival Char's own Aznable. Hello and welcome. My name is Mechanicum or Mech, and today let's talk about the RX-93 Nu Gundam. We'll go over its development history, the role it played in the universal century, its weapons and equipment, the multiple variants, and in the end, what the mobile suit represents. Anaheim's double dealing in Char's honor. By UC 0093, mobile suit technology had reached a plateau. The Earth Federation had concentrated mobile suit development on cost-effective mass production, while Xeon had decided to go in the opposite direction with high-performance elite suits made for ace pilots. The Earth Federation's Repercussions represented their ideals of balance of performance and costs, but wasn't sufficient to fight on par with Neo-Xeon's high-performance mobile suits. In comes Anaheim Electronics. Anaheim Electronics occupied a unique position within the Earth sphere. Publicly, they supplied the Earth Federation with mobile suits. However, behind closed doors, they would supply anyone who could afford it. This made them unmatched in both technological reach and political influence. During UC 0093, Anaheim, with the help of Char Aznable given them the original tech, had a breakthrough in miniaturizing psycho-commune technology. Instead of having external psycho-commune receivers like the AMX4004 Quibery, they could create psycho-frame embedded receptor material directly into the mobile suit structure. This allowed them to produce mobile suits that allowed for faster response times, more precise control, and a deeper synchronization between pilot and machine. With the psycho-frame technology, Anaheim partnered with Amuro to develop a unique mobile suit that was designed around his specifications and combat experience. Amuro demanded that his suit have instant control response, balanced mobility and firepower, reliable extended combat operation capability, and advanced remote weapon integration. The result was a mobile suit that has a Gundam alloy frame with embedded psycho-frame material in the cockpit and joints, a state-of-the-art reactor that could output nearly 3,000 kilowatts, allowing sustained operation of the remote funnels, with it being optimized for high performance and control stability for use in high-speed Newtype combat. However, due to the escalation between the Federation and Neo-Xeon, the Nu was developed in a very short time frame of 3 months, which meant that when it was deployed it was more of a performance prototype. One combat, lasting repercussions. The Nu Gundam was designed to be a battlefield commander, leading from the front line and controlling the flow of battle, while engaging key targets such as other Newtype and ace pilots. It managed this with not only the psycho-frame enhancing the pilot's and mobile suit's performance, but also with the aid of its unique fin funnel system. This allowed for Nu to shape engagement in space, attacking from multiple vectors with beam shots, whilst also being used as defensive equipment by forming beam barriers. This not only made the Nu Gundam and Amuro a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield, but a worthy rival to Char Aznable and his Aznable, later on leading up to the event that is now known as Axis Shock. Not only attack, but protect too. The RX-93 Nu Gundam's weapons were the best that Anaheim Electronics could provide at the time. Cutting-edge tech with the ability to mesh with psycho-commune system. The primary armament was the Nu's beam rifle. This rifle produced 3.8 megawatts of energy and was capable of high-output single shots that could easily take down other mobile suits and light capital ship armor, or rapid-fire bursts which provided covering fire. The Nu could also take a Nu hyper bazooka. This used 280mm rounds which came in explosive or anti-ship warheads, highly effective against capital ships, but more nimble mobile suits could dodge them. The Gundam was equipped with 2 beam sabers for melee combat. One is stored in its backpack, and the other second could be found in its left forearm. These beam sabers were unique compared to their predecessors, as they also had beam emitters located at the bottom and could produce a small beam blade. Like most Gundam, the Nu was equipped with 2 60mm Vulcan guns, mounted in the head. Although not effective against mobile suit armor, they could be used to intercept incoming projectiles and light armored vehicles. In a pinch, they could take out sensors and equipment of other mobile suits. The Nu wouldn't be a Gundam without a shield. Like the Nu itself, it was made from Gundam alloy. However, it was more than simple protection. It also housed a 7.8 megawatt beam cannon and 4 missiles, giving the Nu more tactical options. Lastly, the RX-93 Nu Gundam's most prominent weapon and feature was its fin funnel system. Made of 6 funnels, these were controlled by the Nu's cycle commune system and onboard systems. This allowed the pilot to control the funnels with a mere thought, and the funnels would calculate the necessary adjustments to carry out the command. As the funnels had their own power supplies, they did not require being tethered to the Gundam's own reactor. This allowed them to operate for extended times and produce a high output beam, giving a massive increase in deployment time and tactical flexibility. However, unlike other cycle commune system equipment, the fin funnels could produce a beam barrier between themselves. This was achieved by arranging themselves into a precise geometry and emitting beam fields, which would intersect to form a defensive lattice structures. This made the fin funnels a formidable tool in mobile suit engagements. This did come with drawbacks though. The pilot and Nu could only realistically handle a maximum 6 fin funnels. This provided the Nu with a deadly swarm, stable control, and manageable energy draw. Any more and he would have turned the Nu into a nervous breakdown generator. With the ability to switch from attack to defense at a drop of a hat, the Nu became a tactical genius's dream machine on the battlefield. An extension of one's body. The RX-93 was a finely tuned machine with the most cutting-edge technology that Anaheim could fit in it. Like most mobile suits that were designed with Newtypes in mind, the Nu Gundam has a cycle commune system installed. This allowed a better connection with the newly developed psycho frame. The decoy system was in the form of inflatable dummy Nus, which could launch from the Nu's fingertips and very useful in confusing enemy visual targeting systems. Finally, the psycho frame. With Anaheim's development and miniaturization of cycle commune systems, the Nu had micro cycle commune material embedded with a Gundam alloy from the frame of the cockpit and joints. This allowed the mobile suit to react quicker and synchronize with the Newtype's pilot's reactions and thoughts, reducing latency and allowing more precise control of the movement and the fin funnels. The many faces of the Nu. Since the development of the RX-93 Nu Gundam and the events of the Axis shock, there has been further development of the Gundam's frame. The RX-93 FF Nu Gundam was an exploration into long-range combat with a single large fin funnel. Designed as an artillery mobile suit rather than multi-directional swarm combat, the variant had changes made to its core frame, such as a reinforced right-side hardpoint to accommodate for long-range funnel launcher, and adjusted center of gravity control algorithms. Even though the reactor output was the same as the base Nu, it was tuned for burst output spikes. To aid with this, the RX-93 FF had a new engine management system with dedicated capacitor banks for the long-range funnel discharge. It also had an upgraded sensor and fire control suite to extend its targeting range and better funnel telemetry. The RX-93 Nu Gundam HWS or Heavy Weapons System is an external armor shell mounted to the Nu Gundam with a heavy mega particle cannon and multi-missile pods. HWS was designed as a heavy siege mobile suit aimed at providing anti-ship fire support and assault breakthrough. To accommodate the extra weight, the Nu's joints' torque tolerance had to be reinforced. However, nothing else was adjusted on the Gundam. This meant that the reactor would be put under greater strain due to extra power draw, and it would increase the propellant consumption. Like most Gundam from the Universal Century, a mass production variant was later produced. This was a cut-down version of the RX-93 with reduction or removal of a psycho frame, a lower output reactor class, simplified movable frame construction, and equipped with standard weapons and a simplified remote weapon system. Not only did this reduce the cost per unit into manufacture, it also reduced the maintenance hours needed, allowed for standard Federation parts compatibility, and reduced the requirement for Newtype pilots. Largely a theoretical configuration, the RX-93 Nu Gundam double fin funnel type had 2 racks of 6 fin funnels for a total of 12. This meant the Nu would need expanded cooling channels, expanded capacitor storage, and expanded cycle commune system channel bandwidth. The advantages were a large swarm attack with extremely high multi-angle beam saturation, and a much higher theoretical field density for the beam barrier. Unfortunately, these were outweighed by the downsides. The increase in fin funnel numbers put a large strain on the Gundam's reactor and the pilot's brain, resulting in the Nu Gundam potentially shutting down due to energy drain spikes or for mental strain causing pilots losing partial complete cognitive ability. The RX-93 V2 Nu Gundam was an alternative timeline interpretation of the Nu Gundam concept. This is often considered the peak evolution of the Nu Gundam design philosophy, with a greater cycloframe integration, a much stronger reactor, increased thruster efficiency, and a cycle commune system that had a much higher signal fidelity. These improvements allow the Gundam to respond quicker, move faster, and reduce the cognitive strain of a pilot while controlling the fin funnels. It also had a better storage facility for the fin funnel system with symmetrical wing-like hardpoints. This provided better deployment and control of the fin funnels. What the Nu Gundam represents. Ultimately, the RX-93 Nu Gundam represents the pinnacle of early Universal Century mobile suit engineering. It is the culmination of decades of warfare, research, and human evolution in space. Pushing the boundaries and demonstrating the theoretical limits of cycloframe technology, the Nu Gundam was not just a weapon to end the Second Neo-Zeon War, but the first true fusion of Newtype potential and machine design in a stable combat platform, and the final expression of Amuro's evolution as both a pilot and a soldier. Its legacy would shape future cycloframe development and influence mobile suit design long after the end of the Second Zeon War and the Axis shock event. The RX-93 Nu Gundam was built to end the war. However, the Nu Gundam, alongside its pilot Amuro, exceeded expectations and became the protector of humanity's future. Thank you for watching this Let's Talk about the much loved RX-93 Nu Gundam. If you like this deep dive into one of my favourite mobile suits, then slash that like button with a beam saber. If you want to see more deep dive videos into mobile suits or some reviews on their Gunpla counterparts, then blast that subscribe button with a beam rifle. Also, what do you think of the RX-93 Nu Gundam? Was Char right to give Anaheim the necessary technical information to finish development on cycloframe technology? Or was he a fool for essentially helping to create his own downfall in the name of honour? Let me know your thoughts by dropping them like a colony in the comments below. Finally, a big thank you to this channel's sponsor, Gunpla UK. The #1 store for all things Gunpla or Plowmo, from cute little SDs to huge PGs, Gunpla UK has it all, including the tools and paints you need for your hobby journey. And if you place an order with Gunpla UK between February and March of 2026, you could win a new Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-93 Nu Gundam all for yourself. But don't forget to also use my code OMBACAN10% to get the 10% off your order as well. And remember, knowledge is power. Bye now.